Dear friends, I hope you're doing well and that all is well with you. I understand it's been quite some time since I brought you an episode on this critical matter. Now, climate change, I'm sure now all of us, we are aware that is something that is happening. We can't avoid. We can't run out of it. We can't run away. Particularly here in my country, in Kenya, climate change is now evident. Even the youngest and the most little, they understand that climate change is a real issue. So today, in this episode, I'm bringing us some of the things that we can do. I know that we are faced with the most severe drought ever recorded in the past 40 years. The rains have failed since 2020, and our land can no longer produce enough crop. Our herds have died. Our trees have burned down. Forests have been cleared. For instance, there is a massive forest fire that has been ravaging the Aberdares, and all of you know that Aberdares is a critical ecosystem and source of many important rivers in Kenya. We are having very many rivers that are drying, including the Mara River, including the Chania, including Earth River, whose levels are going down. River Tana, the levels are extremely low, and you know we rely on those rivers for our electricity and for our water. So the issue is at hand. Now, today I just want to bring us a small, maybe talk. I think we need to discuss what is it that we can do. The entire public, is there anything that you can do? Yes, we've been asked to plant trees, but we are aware that some places trees will not grow because of the existing drought situation. People do not have even enough water for their own lives and for their own livestock, leave alone watering our trees. So what can we do? Now, 2 days ago, the Meteorological Department of Kenya has announced that the country is going to receive what they referred to as depressed rains. Very little rain compared to what has been received in the past. And this is not good news at all, because most of the parts of the country are going to receive very little, while the largest part is going to receive no rain, while very little places, or few places are going to receive some normal rain. So that could be, in my calculation, maybe it could be a third of the amount of rainfall we've been receiving as a country, and that is so devastating. That is a situation that is really detrimental. So what can we do? I want us to discuss this solution, and maybe let me hear from you what you think. Water harvesting is something that Kenyans have not learned. For instance, right now we are crying of drought in the northern part of the country. There has been a failed rains completely. Now, it has been replied, or it has been reported by the Kenya Met Department that there will be rain. However, there is a disclaimer that there could be sudden flash floods. Now, this was my idea. We know the terrain that the water has been using when it rains in the north, and we know the path it has taken, and we know the floods, or the amount of floods it has caused. Now, is it possible that the county government, in conjunction with the national government, or the stakeholders, or organizations, intergovernmental organizations, all the donors and everybody, is it possible that we can pull resources together and construct dams along the terrain? Maybe by so doing, we are going to prevent the area from suffering massive floods as it has done in the past. And the water that will be harvested, this water would have been wasted, but when it is harvested, you can be sure it will take or it will be stored for some time, and maybe those areas will begin getting vegetated, because where there is water, there is life. Trees will begin to grow, the ecosystem will begin to thrive, and in the long run, the animals, the wild animals, they're going to get water from the same dams. We are going to draw water from the same dams. Is it possible that we can do that? Now, on a small scale, maybe you are there and you're asking, on a small scale, what can I do? We are expecting some rains. This is not the time for us to sit and wait for the rain to begin. You can buy those containers, those Kentang, the Skyplasts, those big containers that we can use to harvest rainwater. When we harvest rainwater, if all of us harvested rainwater from our respective places, you can be sure for some time it's going to save us from the amount of water we're going to need from the county government, from the water companies around, and we are going to reduce the stress which we are already facing. Where I live, here in Kikuyu, the Kikuyu water company is facing a challenge, and most water companies are facing a challenge because the Ondiri wetland that has been a source has been faced with the fiercest fires. Even last night there was a fire there, and the river that has been emanating from there, that is the headwaters of River Nairobi, which is a part of the earthy water, has literally dried up. So what does that mean? It means there is a much trouble if we sit and do nothing. Now, as I finish this, I want to ask you, please harvest the water. Harvest the water. Any little rain that falls, do not allow the rains to drain the rainwater to drain away. You can use it even if it was not for drinking, or we can use it for something else. And lastly, we know that it's climate change, it's happening to the globe. I am a geography scholar, and I understand the theories that have been put in place to explain the origin of the universe. I am aware of the Big Bang theory. I'm aware of the planetesimal hypothesis. I am aware of the passing star. I'm aware of the evolution theory. But there is one theory that remains undisputed, and this is the creation theory. The creation theory means that there is a higher order, and I believe in my heart there is God in heaven. So as we anticipate depressed rains in Kenya and around the Horn of Africa, maybe for those who hold the same belief as I, can we appease the God of heaven? Can we pray? Can we seek his guidance? Because I know that is what science has said, but he is a God that is above science. Most probably, and I know because I have experienced this in the past, he is a God that answers prayers. Can we pray for the country? Can we pray for the Horn of Africa? Can we pray for Africa? Can we pray for the world? And I know that the God of heaven is merciful, and he's gonna give us rain. So this is what I had prepared for us today, and I look forward to meeting you next time. Have a wonderful day, and God bless you. Thank you.